spring, the first question the Planning Commission of Bucks County asked, when we just called to ask them, are grants available for this and that, is, well, does the borough want to do that? And we said, we don't know. So if you're, the majority of you believe that you would want to do that, if finances allow and grant finances allow, then we could move forward to the very next step. We may never get there, but we hope we will. But there's no commitment for the borough to spend any money or submit any grants at this time.
The grant that you referred to that we talked to at the Planning Commission, which grant would that be? You're not talking open space.
They didn't want to talk to us because you wouldn't give us any kind of indication.
I'm sorry.
They said, does the borough council want to do it? We came to you, you would have said no.
I'm asking, the grant you were referring to when you spoke to them, was that the open space grant money you were referring to, or some different grant?
We called to ask them for guidance on what grants would be available, open space or other grants. The open space will never demolish the building. We need guidance. We already know that Mike Fitzpatrick will help us with that aspect now. We didn't know that then. He'll help us find federal money to demolish the building. That's our belief. That's what he's vowed to us. And as far as the acquisition money, we hope there's lots of money.
I believe there was another municipality just recently that got some state money towards acquiring some property that was converted into a park space.
Could be. We believe money's out there. Lots and lots of organizations want to see municipalities create more parks. But this is not to use taxpayer money.
I think at this point it's just to let the school know, because we don't know where they're going to go with it yet. It is their decision at the end. And we just want them to know that we want to be considered, you know, to have a talk with them about how we would proceed if they would decide to go on that particular route. So if you don't know how we feel about it, you wouldn't know whether to have a meeting and have a conversation with us. So that's how I feel with this. It has to start somewhere, so
One last
just initiate it.
One last question for you, Bill. So the MEAC will be the ones that will be seeking the grants, is that correct?
No, we would be researching
Seeking
what
grants.
perhaps is available for you
Okay.
to submit a grant.
All right.
We're not seeking
I
grants.
think
We don't put out.
they've reached a roadblock with their being able to acquire any more information because we haven't expressed interest in whether or not we would, you know, if the grants were available, we would want to move forward with this. I just would like to see if there's a majority that would say, yeah, we would like to move forward with this if it's possible to use grant money to do it and not use money from, you know, from a millage increase or anything like that.
And by the way, by expressing your interest just in that you might be interested, and that's essentially what you're doing. You're saying, we might be interested depending on many factors. The school board will then know that you want to engage in a conversation when and if they sell it. When the school board decided at the end of all their meetings that we attended, originally they were going to put out RFPs for all the different options to real estate developers, to somebody to rehab the building and maybe put a business in it, or for open space. But then their solicitor said at a later meeting that he had discussed it with people who know open space procedures better than he, and that there's no need for an RFP for open space. So they don't plan to reach out to you. So what Ted is initiating here is an option just to say, if you'd be interested in talking to you, you would certainly need to know the price. That's all you're asking is you to talk with us when you're ready.
I'm not sure.
Let me suggest this. A motion in order directing the borough administration and/or solicitor to accept a letter to the Morrisville school directors stating that borough council would like to advise them of the borough's interest in acquiring the MR Ryder property with the intent of turning the property into a public park when said property, if said property becomes available. That's fine. So if you accept that, Chance,
Yeah.
and then the second person that seconded it does.
That's fine.
That's an amendment.
Yeah, well, your changes. Cross out. Just
Really,
cross out.
yeah.
That was 10C. Yes.
No, we're good. We're good.
Take a roll call, please.
Mr. Cicero.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Ms. Carter.
Yes.
Ms. Parker.
Yes.
Mr. Sanford.
Yes.
Ms. Smith.
Yes.
Ms. Sherlock.
Yes. Motion carries 7-0.
Maybe it's gonna be a new year, a better new year.
So I don't have anything else for.
I like to be
executive
optimistic.
session. Go ahead, Dave.
One quick announcement is the Morrisville Fire Company will be escorting Santa around town this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, from 5 p.m., Santa will be visiting areas north of Trenton Avenue and south of Bridge Street. Sunday, the 21st, Santa will start his trip at 5 p.m. and visit between Trenton Avenue and Bridge Street. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a couple announcements. I'd like to thank everyone who was part of Winterfest, the parade and otherwise, and at the Elks, and for all those who contributed and attended and who came here that evening here to the Borough. And also at the next day, when we had the breakfast with Santa at the high school. So thank you to all of those who attended. Also, an announcement that the chairs in the back of the room are on sale for $1 a piece.
What about two for $1?
For $1 or $2 for $1? I don't know. The redevelopment authority is taking some. We just have, I think he wants us to deliver them now. But,
Who's taking?
So, but he's paying $1.
Tell me how many you want, so I'll get rid of them.
Pardon me?
Tell me how many you want, so I'll get rid of them.
Yeah.
With shares?
Just take half.
Your sales not doing too well, chief.
But the public like, I mean, they're sturdy chairs. The padding is a little, you know, you put a little pad on it, you're fine. Those chairs are very
Yeah,
durable.
right. Yeah. You couldn't give them away. I don't want that. I don't know who said it.
Wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Oh, watch it.
Hanukkah starts tomorrow evening, so for those who celebrate that.
That's for you.
And I think we're going to go into an executive session. I don't know that, should we stay open?
Are we doing borough officials when we come out, or are we doing that right now?
We still need it, man.
Pardon me?
We still need it?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah.
You need it, but you can't go home. I'm
Okay,
going
so we
home.
can adjourn. I don't
Yeah.
think we're going to, if there's anything important.
Wait, we're not doing borough official anything, but I have something to say.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Bates, I'm going to clarify something you said about me earlier. I absolutely was here last year for those budget meetings. You are absolutely wrong. So I need an apology from you. First year I was here, I missed that second night because of an argument with you. Last year, you and I sat at that table and we argued about Cornerstone. So I know I was here, and I can tell you exactly who was sitting in that room. So I really am tired of your condescending attitude with me. I was here. I want an apology.
I'm sorry, we didn't hear you.
He didn't apologize.
I still didn't hear you.
Who? Which one?
Mr. Bates, I didn't hear
He
you.
didn't respond.
I'm sorry, could you please repeat what you said?
He didn't say
I
that.
said, excuse me.
Helen, you heard him the first or second
No, I
time.
didn't hear him. I'm sorry, I didn't hear him.
May I have a motion to adjourn, please? So moved. Second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
He said-
Opposed? We need a 2-minute break before we go back there?
I hope I made it clear to you guys as the public that the whole EAC idea on this is not to like raise like taxes at all.